move and sketch. I'm gonna move and sketch out of the pret-a-porter. Really like this magazine a lot. So my thing is, I just go through here and try to find something that I like, and then after I find something that I like, then I'll draw it up. So this light is blinding me. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll pull it up. Now you can't see anything. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so let's see. This is nice. I've been liking the high contrast looks a lot. I really like the high contrast looks that they've been doing lately. Towards the back of this book, they have a lot of nice formal clothes, which is what I like to make and whatnot. Let's see what I want to. Let's go. What I want to draw today. This ruffle thingy. It's interesting that they brought it out. There's a girl on Instagram. She sews, and her clothes have a lot of this ruffle in it. I've also been seeing like a lot of Nigerian dressmakers making that as well. And then this look right here with the petal thingy, I don't know what you call it. I've been seeing that a lot. I actually saw a video today. I was looking at how to make flower brooches, and I really like the drop waist. The lady in the video had on a dress like this with the petals, but it was a cross. Oh, it was gorgeous. Let's see. This one, like when I look at these silhouettes remind me of like, well, I guess this is kind of like the 1950s look to me, like that silhouette, like you know where your hips are. Very feminine. I really like it a lot. I don't know anything about fashion. I just know what I like. So, and I know what I like to wear. I know what I like to look at, and I'm interested in learning how to draw it, because I've been making dresses, and I'm really interested in really getting more serious with making dresses. And so I've been just looking at the pros and getting examples from them of like what they have to wear and how they do it and what cuts they use. And then of course I have like books that I've been reading. This style, the thing that I like about it is the pleats, the pleat look here. And then if you look at the can you see it? That's not even on screen. Oh my god, I'm sorry y'all. If you look here at this dress, the side tie with the pleats, so I'm gonna be making a dress next week. I'm torn between, well, I think I finally come to the decision. I feel like flounces and the way that they have been presented now, like, is very overplayed, like very mainstream. And I feel like at least for myself, the knot has been in, and I think see how they have that knot there, like that, the knot is very much so in right now. Drapery, pleats, all that right now is very much so in. Like this, and the type of flounce is like, I saw can't remember his name. I need to find something to draw. I'm just going through this thing, but this is what I like to do. I like to just go through and look. I did want to draw this because I really like this neckline. This is I really like how it's, I really like the neckline. I like the waist on here as well. Oh, another thing that I really noticed a lot is the drop waist, and I want to make a drop waist dress with a little bit of a pleat on the bottom. Last night I was sketching up some stuff. I really also noticed the front draping, the silhouette of like a drapier top with a more, like, I can't even talk straight because all this stuff is just making my brain hurt. So I think I'm gonna draw this one here. I think I'm gonna draw this, or at least try to draw it. So this is the picture, and this is a dress by Carla Ruiz. Look, please don't kill me, y'all. I've never been really so much into designing, like the fashion design, as in knowing every fashion designer. And I don't even know that for anything. I don't know all the movie actors. I really have never been so much into the people and brands and things. I just know, which is kind of bad because then it prevents you from giving credit due. So one of the things I've been trying to do lately is kind of give credit due to people because they have worked hard to create these things, and just giving them the recognition for the work that they've done. So my practice today is going to be drawing this beautiful dress. I really like the cape. I really like the flowers on the arms. I really, the neckline I could do without. I would probably like, I know anything. My personal preference, for my taste, I wouldn't do it so closed in because that's kind of like, I feel like that's a very, you could possibly do it closed in with this one, but I feel like this one is a lot freer moving, and it might warrant, I would just probably lift it up a little bit and probably boat it out, make it a boat line or something. I don't know, maybe it's just the angle. Like, you see how this one here is like a little bit higher up? I just feel like it would probably be a little bit more flattering if it was higher up. But I don't know anything. Who am I? I'm nobody. I'm just somebody that wants to sew up dresses and draw them. So I'm nobody. Alright, let me get started because I feel like I've been doing this for a long time and I don't have so much time left. Alright, so let's get started. Please, and when I actually start, you'll be like, is this girl serious? Is she really trying? Yes, I'm really trying. Yes, I'm new at this. Yes, I don't know what I'm doing at all. This light is blinding me. I can't get a good... I'm trying to see because it's so bright. I have a white light that I use in here. This is the room that I'm in, is a converted garage, and FYI, I'm just learning. No, I'm not in school for it, but it just is absolutely appealing. I did not go to school for this. If I had the opportunity, do I think I would have went in place of this? No. I'm pretty sure my life would have played out the same. I don't know, maybe I would have, but I just know that the way my life went. Oh, we didn't even catch all that. I was over here drawing my little heart out and we missed it. Anyhow, I just zoomed in. But I was just saying how it took a second. I think this one is a little bit further out. Like I'm looking at it and it looks like her foot is further out and I don't have her foot far out enough. Like this leg look like it probably goes to about here. Instead of where I had it, that was way, I mean, you could look at the picture and see. So I was saying that I purchased a few books, but interestingly, the main book that I use is very, 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 very small because I'm just starting, and it was kind of like very stressful looking at the really big books that I got. Like, if you were watching this, maybe you've already looked up, this is not right, maybe you've already like looked up different people, or maybe you're in school. If you're in school, you're probably not even looking at this. Why would you be? But yeah, this is, I can't wait to get good at this. It's all good though. And when I say good at this, I'm talking like to where when I look at my work, there's life in it. When I look at it, I'm like, whoa, who made that? Like, that kind of good is what I want to get. I want to get good too with it. So right now I'm practicing with pencil. And then later on I'll be going to pen. My ultimate goal in the medium that I want to use is ink. I usually don't shade yet. I don't know why I'm doing that, and I'm just messing it all up. But the medium that I want to work in is ink. The reason why is because I'm really inspired by the I'm really inspired by the 50s, the 40s, and the 60s. And the thing about those decades that I'm inspired about is the life that they gave to I guess I'll do the arm. Like the life that they breathed. Like they did everything so elegantly and beautifully. It was like they cared about what was going on. It wasn't, things seemed like they were in order, and a lot of stuff was going on. Things just seemed, from me looking in, like, that don't look right. It seems like they took more risk in what they were doing. I also like the style of clothes they wore. Everything was just so elegant and tailored. Like now in America, a lot of our stuff isn't like made here, and if it is made here, it costs like arm and leg. And then if it isn't made here and it's by a big designer, a lot of times that still costs the arm and a leg. I don't know what I'm getting at about that, but it's kind of like nostalgic to look back and just see. Oh, I didn't do that too well. It's just really nostalgic to look back and see. And it makes me excited because one thing I've noticed, if you look through like this, I don't think I made that wide enough. I think it should have been here. Like one thing that I've noticed, if you've been alive or anything, is that I don't know if it skipped. I don't know when it stopped. I don't know when it stopped, but it stopped. But anyhow, I was saying that I had to about how I hold the pencil. I had to relearn and retrain myself on how to hold it, because I don't know what made me look it up, but I just, first of all, I think I looked it up because my handwriting is really crap. My handwriting looks like chicken scratch. So I was like, why is my handwriting so horrible? So I looked up different ways people hold the pencil. And the funny thing that doesn't even have to do about this is a few days later they were talking about it on the news, about the ways people hold their pencil or whatever. But I had to relearn how to hold a pencil, which is crazy and absurd, because the way I was holding the pencil was like graph, and you don't really, like, most of the movement, it's just silly hot. And you probably won't notice it until you actually start doing it, but I catch myself still going and trying to hold the pencil like that. You see, I keep catching myself, but it's not right because you don't have full range of movement. It really slows you down. When you do it like that, and it really makes it look choppy. And what's cool and interesting, I have a really old school, like, I have a really old school book on drawing, and it mentions how to hold your pencil when you're sketching and stuff, so I thought that was interesting. So for right now, what I've been doing personally is just practicing doing an outline, because I don't know how to add the shadows in. When I first started, like within the last 2 months of like doing this, this hadn't even been that long, but when I first started, the person that really inspired me, like I said before, was Christian Dior. So how I started before I had any books, I started by just looking at his work. And that's who I aspire to be like. And then from looking at his work, I was able to find some other people that I really look up to. And the interesting thing is, it didn't start with me wanting to sketch first. It started with me wanting to do sewing, which I wanted to do sewing for a very, 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 very long time, but it always got pushed back because of life. And I can't really see her eyes too well. It always got pushed back because of life and just circumstances. Like a few years ago, I went into the stores. I was looking up, ooh, this is horrible. I was looking up different sewing machines and everything, but it just wasn't the right time in my life to get started. A lot of stuff happened and I just wasn't able to get started. But if I go back to the style, yeah, I started just with wanting to sew, and then it just all goes together. Like I never started with the idea in my head to be a fashion designer. That's never why I started. I started because I really, really enjoy the construction of clothing, and at the time I could not afford, oh Lord Jesus help us, I could not afford to buy like really nice clothes, and then all the clothes that were offered in the store. I don't like to wear short clothing. I like to wear like long skirts and stuff like that. So I couldn't really, and like I like to wear wide leg pants. I don't like to wear skinny pants. So we went through a phase in America where the only thing you can find, and they're kind of been bringing it back now lately, but the only thing you could find was skinny pants and skinny jeans. And so I kind of had to, oh, I feel like her mouth is too far away. I kind of had to go to like the thrift store and eek. Hello, mouth. I had to go to the thrift store, and then there, I fell in love with the thrift store. And I had a thrift store right by my house. I would go to that thrift store like every week because they had a sale of like 50% off. So I was cheap, but I wasn't making so much money, so I couldn't really afford it. And then let me backtrack. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, this mouth just pissed me off. I don't like to say that word, but that mouth is so cricket. Everything about it is cricket. I'm gonna try again. I tried to start zooming in. There we go. So I tried ugh, please, can you stop doing that? How do people make mouths? I'm just gonna have to take it. So I just been, seriously? That's not what I wanted to happen at all. None of this is what I wanted to happen. I'm blaming the angle that I'm stitching on this whole debauchery that is going on right now. Because it looks like her eye is just awkward. Everything just looks a little bit off right about now. And I know that there's a certain amount of white space you're supposed to leave around the eye if it's turned, because her head is turned. I understand that. And you guys better not watch this and post it somewhere talking about this is the worst artist I've ever seen. Because I feel like this is horrible. And I'm blaming it on the lighting in here. But I don't want to take it away because then I won't be able to sometimes I've noticed that you can recover eyes, or female eyes at least, with eyeliner. Like adding a dark line to the top of it to make it look like eyeliner. I've noticed you can recover it that way. Good night. Those blur is ridiculous. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna have to lift this up for a second so I could see what her face is doing. I need to see where her face is going. I can't wait till I get good. So I read about it. I look at the great artists of the past, the great illustrators, and then I try it and hope for the best. So far, I don't think I'm horrible. Like, I think I have potential to get better. But one of the books that I was reading, it says anybody can learn how to do fashion illustration. This was an old school book. It said as long as you, one, willing to put the time in, and two, just get an eye for anatomy. Oh, this is horrid. So I'm just working my eyes. Your eyes gotta get used to seeing the right stuff. I did not do this picture justice at all. But I'm gonna chunk it up to one of life's learnings. Alright. So, another thing I'm not so good at yet is shadows, like I mentioned before. Adding shadows. So I want to get good at adding shadows. I want to get good at adding life to the line to make it look alive. I want to get good at drawing my hands good. There's a lot of areas that I need to. I want to get good at proper leg placement. I want to get good at proper neck looking, proper eye ratio. Like, there's a lot of stuff, and the only way you can get good at it is constantly practicing. So I try to practice every day. I have a set time that I like to practice, because if I don't set a time, then it might be likely that I could miss it, and I don't want to miss it, because I want to practice so I can get better. So, I don't know. My goal is to get good at this so that I can be good at it, and when I make my dresses, I can have beautiful illustrations. And I just like to draw. I like mind you, I'm horrible at this, but it's comforting. Even though I'm so horrible, I'm comforted in the fact that if I keep on going, they say I can get good at it. So, not even close at all. But I think this might be one of the worst ones. I'm joking, it's not one of the worst. But it's definitely not the best. I think one of the reasons is I have this light in front of me, and the light really... At least I didn't make my eyes... The eyeballs themselves are straight across, so on my eyebrows, because sometimes I make my eyeballs and my eyebrows not straight. The arms look stiff, the hands look stiff. There's a lot of things off. So what I'm about to do now, so I finished this thing. There she is. Hello. So I finished that. So what I'm about to do now is check the time. 3:10. Okay, yeah, perfect. So 2 o'clock I like to work on sketching, and 3 o'clock I like to work on sewing. So I get 2 hours out of my day.